I'm blessed to join the proprietors of the Russian International School. In fact, we've been expecting such a program for a very long time. And we are grateful today this program is here. We thank God Almighty for using our money to reach out to children, advise them what to do. In fact, we are grateful today. We thank Calico for the support. We thank Ashton for their support. In fact, we thank everyone. Totally, all the workers, the children are happy, and this memory will never be erased from them. Thank you very much. And thanks National Union of Private Schools also for their support, bringing money to the law science to organize such a program. Thank you.
If you want to invite us to your school, you can just call me on 054872798 and all over on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and Ohenewaa Advocacy. Thank you so much. Bye. Can you please? Okay, my name is Mary Ohenewaa Advocacy. Did you hear my name? Yes. What did I say? Mary Ohenewaa Advocacy. Okay, I'm a human rights lawyer, a feminist activist, an author and a publisher. And I'm here to talk to you about the laws on domestic and sexual violence. Did you hear it? Yes. The laws on what? Okay, we are going to talk about all the acts of violence, okay? And then the offense under the law. An act becomes an offense under the law. And then the punishment. When you commit that offense, what happens to you? How does the law deal with the offenders? So we are going to know about all these things, and I'm hoping that at the end of the day, most of you would want to be police prosecutors or CID or lawyers or whatever, or even judges, okay? I want you to have big dreams, and that is why I come to your school. Can you mention the name of your school to me? What is the name of your school? The International School. Do you drink Calipo juice? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Do you love Calipo juice? Yes, so Calipo company has given me all these Calipo juice to be given to everyone here, and then the Frutelli to your teachers. And then they also gave me nose masks. They want you all to protect yourselves, okay? And then also, so I brought a lot of nose masks here. Then they also gave me exercise books, Calipo exercise books. Okay, then I also brought copies of my books on laws on domestic and sexual violence. Everyone will get a copy before I leave, okay? And then also I brought you, Calipo gave me some mini school bags to be given to everyone here. Those who are unable to get some, I would, send you. I believe everyone will get some, okay? Or maybe the little ones will take first, okay? And then I brought you these stickers of the jail terms. Your teachers will hang them at, or paste them at the school notice board and all that, the gates, so that those who are even passing by will know what the criminal offenses and their jail terms are. And then this banner too will be left in this school. Your teachers will paste it somewhere, where from time to time, even when there are new admissions, they will know that if you do this and the police catch you or you are arrested, this is how the law will deal with you. So I'm done with the presentation, and let me know if you love Calipo juice. Do you love Calipo juice? Yes! Say, I love Calipo juice. I love Calipo juice. And what is the name of your school again? International School. Say it again. International School. And where is your school located? Oh, there's no Kasoa way. Okay, so I just want to go straight to the point. Just like I said, it's the laws on domestic and sexual violence, and I'm here because of the laws, okay? And everything that happens to us, they are all acts of violence, or we do things that we may not even aware that they are offenses under the law. you slap someone, it is an act of violence, but there's a there's a punishment for doing that. Can anybody tell me what violence is? What is violence? Oh, I forgot. I also brought t-shirt. The t-shirt from Ashford. If it's when I visit the schools, I should give them their, beautiful t-shirts. They are all yellow t-shirts. And it's only the small and the slim ones. If you know you are fat, you can't get your phone. Okay? So as we are talking, when I get to a point, I'll let the teachers distribute the t-shirts to those in front first. We love Ashford. We love Ashford. Thank you so much, Ashford, for the t-shirts.
Thank you so much, Ashford, for the t-shirts.
The Lord Shines International School is happy to have the t-shirt from Ashford, and we want more sponsorship from Ashford Company Limited. Are we happy for the t-shirts?
Yes!
Okay, we thank you, Ashford.
We thank you, Ashford.
Okay, bye-bye. Then for the rest of this, I think I've done this last one. So I'm done.
Jonathan Kojo Frempong, and I'm GHS1. My teacher's name is Sir Richard. Okay, violence is the act of offending someone in a way that hurts the person physically or emotionally.
Wow, you have done. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give you one futeli. Okay, as for the type, everyone will enjoy. The futeli is for your teachers, but you are going to deprive your teachers of the futeli. We are going to give you one for me. So if a teacher can help me, just remove one for him for me. Okay? And then I'm giving you 2 copies. So when we distribute the book, you get 3. So you take 2 copies of my book. And then select one of the t-shirts. The actual t-shirts. Select one. And then get your nose mask. Where's the other girl? The other girl, come in. And then after the exercise. Yeah. Okay, can you point? So you are getting 3 copies. Okay. Yes, I think I have one. And then this one is going to be given to you right now. Right now. Okay, so I am done with it. So you can give everyone here so that you can. And then also, let's do it in such a way that everyone will get a copy. Okay, because I don't want a situation where so these are for the teachers. And then also the text, if they want to write something, they can also write. Yes. So that we will just finish the work as I'm talking. So maybe I can carry on. Or please, so violence is anything that causes pain or injury to a person. Okay? Anything that causes pain in simple language. Okay, so then let me finish. So when we are done, then we give you the back stool so that you can put everything in the bag. Please don't take more than a copy, okay? Otherwise you deprive another person of getting one. Everyone is taking the exercise book. Please, teacher, if you can give them that. Please don't take more than one of each, okay? I hope you are enjoying the program. Are you sure? Domestic violence is anything that causes pain or injury to a person. Okay? It causes what? Okay. So if your father is always beating you at home with belts, it is what? Have you experienced that before? Have you experienced that before? No or yes? Okay, there are several types of violence. We have the physical violence, the verbal, the psychological or emotional or mental. We have the economic violence. These are being categorized as domestic violence. Then we have the sexual violence. For the sexual violence, we have rape, defilement, sodomy, sexual harassment, and the rest. But for the purposes of my advocacy, I'm going to focus on what I have mentioned. For physical violence, physical is everything that we see: slapping, choking somebody's, holding somebody's throat, choke the person, beating someone, and all that. For verbal is, talking. If your mother is always telling you that you are a witch, you are this, you are that, or even experience that at home. The parents are always fighting. Okay, insulting, we're using abusive words at home. It is verbal violence or verbal abuse. Don't take what I'm telling you for granted, because these things grow up, and the other aspect is the psychological damage. If you go through assault, physical violence or verbal, you can get the psychological damage too. That's what leads to psychological, the brain damage or whatever. Then we also have the emotional or mental or psychological abuse. Anything that puts fear in you. Okay, if a pastor tells you that you are going to die without any formal medical examination, it is putting fear in you. Or you tell your friend out there, you see, wait and see, and the next day your friend dies. Threat of death. And that's the legal word. Okay, so don't take these things for granted. I want you people to grow up knowing these things. I don't want you to wait to be lawyers to get to know about basic things in the law. Then for economic violence, it's very important to me, especially the girls. When you grow up and your husband is always taking money from you, economic violence. If somebody takes money from you or deprive you of food or anything that you need for your growth, your mother is punishing you by not giving you money to buy food or giving you food to eat. Some people even cage their children. It is economic violence. They put them in a cage and deprive them of food or water, whatever, as a form of punishment. It is abuse on your fundamental human rights. So everything I'm talking about is very, very important. Okay? Can you list all that I've said for the domestic violence? Can you list them? I've talked about verbal. Yes. And then economic. Would you want to grow up and get married and somebody always taking your money? Do you think that will happen to you? Yes, I want the girls to be very strong when they grow up. This program is basically for the young girls. Okay, if you open the book, what I'm talking about? I'm taking my copy too. It's in the early part. You can flip through, but I want you to get the interaction. Okay, it's easier that way. The types of violence are there in the introductory part. Okay, so from page 2 and 3, yes, they are all there. So for the sexual violence is very important to me. The girls, how many of you here are below 16 years? Below 16. It looks like everyone is below 16 years. Okay. So if you are, it's okay. If you are below 16 years, okay, if you are below 16 years and someone forces you to have sex, or you even agree to have sex with a person, what is the name of that offense? Yes, come and tell me. You are below 16 years. You even agree that your teacher should sleep with you. What is the name? Come. Your name? Your teacher's name and your class.
My teacher's name is Martin.
And your class.
Okay,
So what's the name of the offense?
sexual violence.
Yes, then it is what I'm talking about is under sexual violence. But there's a name. I'll still give you something, okay? But there's the name of that offense. It's what? If you know it, say it. It's what? So defilement is what? Defilement is what? Sexual intercourse with a child below the age of 16 years. If it is in the anus, it is called what? Unnatural carnal knowledge. So my dear, what do you want? Do you want to take a t-shirt or you want a bag? Take something and go. What do you want? You want a bag? Go and take a color that you want. And even get married. It's not 18, 16 years, but you must agree. But for you to focus on education and become responsible, women, future leaders, we just have to abstain and go to school, focus. You want to get pregnant, the boy will go to school and you'll be dropped out. Okay? So I'll talk about defilement there. For the sexual violence, it's more or less the age, liability, or responsibility. But if you are 17 years or below, for everyone here, or for all children in Ghana, if you are 17 years or below, you are treated as a juvenile offender. Remember what happened in Kasoa about the ritual murder? Yes, because one of the boys is the juvenile. His punishment, even though it is murder, the punishment will not be this. This is the punishment for adult offenders, death sentence. But once you are below 16 years, but if you are you are below 17 years, but once you are 17 years and above, you are treated as an adult offender. It doesn't matter if you're enjoying free SHS. You are 17 years and above, you go and defile someone, you spend 25 years maximum or 7 years minimum. Imagine your brother is 20 years, he defiles a vulnerable girl in his area, and he gets 25 years. You come from prison and you'll be 45 or so. His life will be destroyed. That's why I keep saying that everything that I am doing for the Ohenewaa Human Rights Advocacy Program, they are not academic in the strict sense, and they are not examinable. But when you leave the gates of the school and you are going home, or when you leave your gates and you are going to school or going wherever you're going, and anything happens to you, that is what it is captured in my program. You can be defiled, kidnapped, whatever. So I have all the laws here in the jail terms. In as much as you may not be the offenders, you could also be the victims. So for the victims, you read my book, we have the prevention there. And everything I'm doing as part of the Ohenewaa Human Rights Advocacy Program has to do with preventive crime. Okay? If you know that you are below 16 years and you open your legs and your teacher sleeps with you, and your teacher will go to jail for 25 years, you will not do that. Okay? And even if your teacher also gets to know about these laws, a lot of teachers don't know. Or a lot of adults in Ghana don't know. But I've targeted school children because I want them to read and I want them to know at that basic level. Okay? So do I have questions? I don't know whether I'm straying away or I am focusing, because it looks like you're all quiet. Are you afraid that somebody may go and defile you or something? Okay, so when strangers call you, do not go. And when anyone attempts to defile you or sexually assault you, run away. I'm giving the steps in the book. Do anything that you have to do to defend yourself. And tell the next person that you meet on the road. Okay? Tell your teachers about any abusive situation that you're encountering at home. Don't keep it to yourself. If your parents are constantly fighting, come and tell your teachers about it, your headmaster, headmistress. Because if one day your father kills your mother, your father will go to jail on what? On what? Yes. Maybe in prison as a condemned prisoner for life and to suffer death. And you may end up selling pure tap by the roadside. So go and tell your parents, because if your mother dies, your father goes to jail and no one will be there to take care of you. So anything that happens to you, if it is causing you pain or injury, or is about to cause you pain or injury, it is domestic violence or it is violence. So you must avoid it. But if it happens, you must tell your teachers about it. If it's happening to you at home, tell your neighbors or your teachers about it. Some fathers are now sexually assaulting their female children. So report all cases of abuse. Say it after me. We must report all cases of abuse.
We must report all cases of abuse.
Domestic and sexual violence has no place in our society.
Domestic and sexual violence has no place in our society.
And our right is our right.
And our right is our right.
So we must seek justice.
So we must seek justice.
We must report all cases of abuse to our teachers.
We must report all cases of abuse to our teachers.
To our parents.
To our parents.
To our neighbors.
To our neighbors.
So that they can also help us.
So that they can also help us.
Report the matter to the Ghana police.
Report the matter to the Ghana police.
Are you happy that I've given you all this information?
Yes.
So do you want to enjoy your calipo juice?
Yes.
Okay, so this part is the calipo juice part, and I'm going to take your questions. I want to listen to what you are thinking about the whole program. So ask me the questions, ask me anything that is bothering you. So for the law, let me come back to the law. So when you kill someone, okay, it is an act of violence, but in law, it is murder. Okay, it is murder. For homicide, we don't use it in this country, but I just put it there. Genocide is a group of people. Attempted murder is life imprisonment. The list of the whatever, those things, they are also in the book. And the stickers to your teachers will paste it, advantage points. Then, use of offensive weapon is life imprisonment or any lesser term. Do you know a pen can be an offensive weapon? You use your pen to choke your friend's eyes. Blood will just flow and he could die. So let us all be watchful, okay? So the assault is 3 years. Assault, those who like fighting. Go on social media, a lot of people are fighting, killing themselves over petty things. You could end up in jail. If your father slaps your mother and your mother takes it to lawsuit, he could be prosecuted and go to jail for 3 years. Then for defilement below 16 years, 25 years, Then defilement of an idiot, imbecile, or a mental patient, the minimum is 5 years, but maximum is still 25 years. Rape, incest, those, if your father or your family member sleeps with you, you have to tell your teachers about it. Don't keep it to yourself. The reporting thing is what is important to me. Voice out. Don't keep it, because when you keep it, the next stage of abuse is the psychological damage. Okay? You go through that trauma and you keep it to yourself. The person says, don't tell anybody that I've slept with you. If you tell somebody, I'll kill you, yes. When you keep it to yourself, you could get pregnant. I've dealt with a lot of children who are child mothers. I hope my words are. The child is 13 years and has a child. Because the child kept the pregnancy until it was 6 months, then the parents got to know. Then that 13-year-old when she was 14, she had a baby. So if your mother tells you to sell something after school, make sure that you don't go to isolated places. Make sure you don't follow strangers. Okay? Then for sodomy is unnatural carnal knowledge. For those who are 16 years and above, even if they agree to it, it is 3 years maximum jail term. And then so you see the 3 years, 6 years and above. With a woman should be why? Those who like playing with words. Then if the next day the person is dead. Understand? Threat to come for a threat of death and all that, exposing child to harm. So let me take your questions. Teachers, I don't know if you have questions for me. But for the best of my knowledge, I think that the combination of all that I have said and what is in the book, together with the fanfare, the calico, the t-shirts and everything, would make the children remember everything that I have come to say today. I hope you remember. Yes. So let me take your questions. So as you are taking questions, you can still, okay. So maybe when those who ask questions will get the t-shirt or the bag. So, no, I want to listen to real problems. Tell me about a problem that you are going through. Okay. I want problems. Somebody has done this to you. The Wrinkle Effect. If you are always witnessing an abusive situation at home, you are also being affected. The psychological damage also transfers to you. And you grow with the damage. Because when you go through abuse, imagine someone defiles you. It becomes all cases of abuse. The damage is permanent. You go through abuse, it becomes something that you can't forget about it. You can only go through counseling. You have to go and see a psychologist to counsel, but the damage will still be there. So let us prevent it, okay?
My name is I am in class 4B. My teacher name is David. Madam, please, if the person, how will you know that the person is a stranger?
Take what you want to say. Strangers are people you don't normally know. And sometimes you also have to be smart. You want a t-shirt.
If the person is your brother.
No, your brother cannot be a stranger. But then I encourage parents to also monitor the friends of their children. Okay? Now we live in a dangerous world. Check if the t-shirt is your size. Okay, please help. Because they are all small sizes. Those who have the t-shirt, you have to wear them before I go. I want to see you wearing them. And I'll take pictures with you. So why? Is it your size? Yes, the t-shirt from Ashford. If you got 2 t-shirts. Oh, I don't got 2 t-shirts. Which one? You wear the yellow one. Okay. So when you receive something, let us see that you love it. Yes. I want the questions. Come ask me sensible questions. Okay?
My name is Kabina Adendiko. I am the name of my teacher is
forcing you to have sex. Which is which?
He has had sex with you.
The sexual whatever, they are all consensual unless the person is below 16 years. So if you are below 16 years and you even agree, that one, you still have to report it. And I believe that a 16-year-old, someone who is below 16 years, will not normally agree to sexual whatever. But if you agree and you keep it to yourself, and your parent or someone gets to find out, the teacher or the man will be in trouble. But if you are forced to have sex, that's one, you must make it a conscious effort to tell someone about it. What did I say? I said, tell the next person you meet. Did you hear that? Make sure you tell someone about it. Your teachers are there. Your headmistress, your family members. So if it is happening at home, no, the first point of call should be your teachers. If you are in school, you cannot tell your teachers about things affecting you, then I don't know how we can all help you. Because before the police will get involved, your teachers must be aware. But we are all minors, okay? There are real issues happening in Kasoa, okay?
Madam, please, my name is Zakia. I'm in Basic 6. The name of my teacher is Christopher. Madam, please, my question is, when someone is stigmatized, what does it mean?
It's a very good question. You've been stigmatized as a result of what? An abuse you've gone through. What must you do? It's a mental issue. Whatever you are going through, make sure that you get the needed help. Sometimes when you are defiled, and the police come there and arrest the offender in the area people get to know, it's difficult for even your parents to even live in that community. So the best thing they have to do is to leave that area. They have to relocate. Okay? Otherwise, you go, you'll be traumatized and you may even end up committing suicide. Okay? So what do you want, the bag or what? Ask me real problems. Okay? Some of the topics, I've selected them to discuss. It is a list, but some of the issues are for the discussion because they are at your limits. Okay?
Madam, please, my name is Samuel Akwa, and I'm in class 6. The name of my teacher is Sir Christopher. Madam, please, I want to ask you that if your parents are fighting or they have problems, should we come and tell our teachers? If they are fighting or they have problems, should we come and tell our teachers?
Say it after me. We must report all cases of abuse.
We must report all cases of abuse.
To our teachers, our neighbors, our family members, or our parents, if it's not happening at home, okay? So that they can help us, say it. Report the matter to the Ghana police.
Report the matter to the Ghana police.
Okay, there are lots of police stations in Kasoa. So they will take the matter there. Even before they invite the police, your teachers will invite you. If it's happening at home, they will invite your parents. They will not just take your mother to the police station, no. They will try and find out why the child always, is always moody in class or whatever. There are a lot of marital problems going on in the home. So it affects the children, it affects their learning and all that. So if your mother is going through a marital problem and it's affecting you, I encourage the teachers to also find out and invite the parents. Yes, madam, come.
Please, if you have sex with you, a letter. If your uncle has sex with you and you are less than 16, will he be prosecuted for both incest and defilement?
Incest and defilement. You have to choose one. Once you are below 16 years, it is defilement. Okay, there can't be two offenses. It can only either be incest or defilement. The police will charge your uncle, the offender, with the appropriate offense. Okay, so whatever it is, once you are below 16 years, it is what? Defilement. Okay, the offense is incest, but it is still defilement if you are below 16 years. So what do you want? You don't want anything. No smart. Ask your teacher. So you are wearing a futility t-shirt. Do you like it? Let me see the design at the back. So for that reason, I'm giving you one futility. Okay? Go home and drink it and become nice. Okay? Okay. I'm done with the questions. The children are thirsty. If we can share the or you want to ask your question?
My name is Rebecca Sawansi. I'm in Basic 5. My teacher's name is Martin. My question is, as you said, if someone has sex with you, you report to the police. What if the police himself or herself have sex with you and command you not to go to report? How will you fix that?
It's a very sensible question. So what do you want before I even proceed? The t-shirt or bag or... As for Calico, everybody will get that. That's my test for the teachers. Except if you see maybe I turn on my side. Hey, the question is, yeah, the police, what do you want? I want you to hold it before I talk. I want t-shirt. Take it there. So then, if you're that officer, you have to wear it right now. Those who are wearing the ash foam t-shirts, I want to see you after the program. Okay? Yes, if the police officer rapes you or defiles you and tells you not to report it, okay, just remember that a lawyer came to your school and told all of you that no one is above the law, not even the president of Ghana. We are all subject to the rules of the land, the constitution, and it says that no one is above the law. It's the same as your teacher sleeping with you or your father sleeping with you and saying that don't report. No. In some cases, the matter must even go to the media house. Your mother must take your problem to the radio station. Okay? Are you listening? Your teachers must do everything that they can, even if it is the commander, the police commander in Kasoa. They must take it to the radio station, take it to the newspaper.
Go and train ourselves. But I want to ask that. Maybe the person like trying to defend yourself, the person dies. Like, will you punish them?
Unfortunately, when you read my book, Section 8.3 of the Domestic Violence Act states that when you go through any abusive situation, the state is supposed to give you free medical care. But that law has never been implemented. So when someone defiles you, it becomes your own, or your parents have to spend money to treat you, especially defilement. They may spend about 1,000 cedis or so on treatment alone. And when they take the matter to the police station, the offender, okay, the criminal offender only gets punitive, punishment, only gets jail term. There is no compensation anyway. That is why, to protect themselves and prevent going to your teachers, your male teachers' room. Okay? Because some of the men, no, the way it's okay. I should say, no, they will destroy your womb. Some of the men, they will destroy. I won't say much. You are too young. Yeah.
Madam, please. This has been your mother and your father has fought, and your mother and your father has fought, and your father divorced your mother. Yes, and he went to take another woman. Then your father wanted to rape you. Then he told the woman that he's about to rape you. The woman came to tell you. Can you send your father to the hospital?
These things, your mother is supposed to take care of you. Mothers like that, they just abandon their children for their their divorced husband, okay, or their ex-husband. But whatever is happening at home and you are not getting the solution, come and tell your teachers about it. They'll invite them and solve the matter. They will not just take them to your father to jail. Because if you don't tell your teachers for them to call your father and talk about it, your father may put his big penis in your bolo and will destroy your womb. And you'll be in the hospital for 2 or 3 years. So we have to stop your father before it destroys you. What do you want? The bag or the bag? Madam Pachomani, after one we don't have to friend. We are sharing the bag. Please take it to the little one. afraid that if they go and report, they will jail the man. So it is poverty. Poverty is also contributing to all these things. If you know that the case is even going to be taken to the police station, the police will prosecute it, take it to court, you may not even have transportation to go to court. So sometimes the situation is so hard, but at the end of the day, you would have been damaged. The person would have defiled you. So even if we can't prosecute the person, you need that medical attention to either take some tests, pregnancy tests, or give you contraceptive, or do AIDS test or whatever. So when you are defiled, don't keep it to yourself. And shout. Don't let anybody defile you. Shout. Are you happy? Do you love calipo juice? Have you received your calipo juice? Have you received your ashford? Those who are wearing ashford t-shirts, raise your hand. Show me your Ashcombe t-shirt. The Futelli t-shirt. How many of you are wearing it? She doesn't like them, but we sit there like this here. Okay, so are you all happy? From today, we will all be good school children. We will not fight with our friends. Because it is against the law. We will not follow strangers. We will not go to a male teacher's house. And when we sit in class, the girls, we will not open our legs to entice our teachers. And we report all cases of abuse. We will seek justice. We will fight for our rights. Because our right is our right. Do you love calipo juice? Say, I love calipo. Show me your calipo juice. Your calipo school bag. Your calipo exercise book, your domestic violence book. Do you love the program? Can I visit your school again? Mention the name of your school. I also thank the National Union of Private Schools for organizing this program for me, and I'm so grateful to everyone who put this event together. Thank you so much. This has been Lawyer Ohenewaa Advocacy, and it's the Ohenewaa Human Rights Advocacy Program. Thank you so much.